Okay. Uh, by the last week, we have seen this what is AWS DevOps demo, and then we started in the basic Linux commands, and then we have seen uh, Linux networking, shell scripting, text processing commands. We have covered almost all the basics of Linux by the last week. From today, we are going to see the Git. So you might have been heard about the word Git somewhere because Git is a very common tool for any IT organizations. It's a platform where you can host your code. That's the reason behind the Git. So why especially Git? Um, so Git is a distributed version control system. So the first question when everybody asks you like where do you host your code, what your VSC means, that you should know it's VSC means like a version control system. So similar to Git, Git is a tool, but GitHub is a platform where you're pushing the code. Git is a common tool, okay, for any Azure DevOps or any big bucket. Git is just a tool in your local that you use by using some Git commands that you will be pushing your code to some centralized place. That's where the Git comes. Why Git? The reason for Git is like uh, it will be very helpful for you to track every changes that you make on your project. In your file, you will be having a multiple files, multiple microservices, and each and every developer will be working on different features. So in order for them to like have some track the history, when this particular change has been happened and what changes has been happened in there. So Git is very helpful to track those changes. So apart from that, it offers a lot of branching and merging strategies. And then if issues happened in any of the particular code that you committed, there are a lot of ways to roll back the code and deploy it to the different environments. That's the use of the Git. So you might have heard so there are some keywords that you will be in day-to-day life that you will be starting to hear. So those words like repo, commit, branch, merge. So repo is just a thing. So it's my GitHub account. I created my GitHub account here. Um, uh, I created my GitHub account here. So this is how the UI dashboard looks for you. So you can go to github.com and create your account, uh, and then you will be getting a dashboard like this. If you go to these repositories in the second tab, you will be seeing the repositories under my username. My username is Satish DevOps 03. So currently I have a folder called Jenkins. So I just forked it to test something. So today what the will we get to know what is branch and repository. So this is what repository means. Next one will be like commit. Um, so we'll be covering that. So let me first straight away like create a repository in my account. I will go I will click, you just, okay, let me go one step back. So this is a UI. Once you log into GitHub account, after you create the account, then come to the repositories and click the new. Once you click new, it will be prompting you to enter some details. Um, the owner of this account, this repository will be me, and I'm creating as a git demo. I'm creating the repository name as git demo, and I am giving everything as a default option. It is a public it's a public repo. Public and private means, public means throughout the internet, whoever have this URL for your repository they can access. So if it is private, only those you have provide the permission they are able to access it. That's the difference between uh, the public and private repositories. After I given my repository as git demo, I am creating a repository. That's it. A repo has been created for me here. So once after you created, you can see, right, it's asking me to write something, written it, add something. There are some lot of comments comes, right. So uh, this is a new thing. While you create any new project, um, you will be like uh, in your local you have to make these changes, so you will be adding some files to your GitHub repository. But this one, it's like each and every time you create an repository, so there are two options. Either you create the files in your local and then you push it, or what if the files are already available in the GitHub platform here, you can clone that files to your local. So what I'm going to show demo today is like for you, like I have VS Code installed in my system. So please use any IDE. These tools are called as IDE. This IDE in sense like so in order for you to have very most interactive console, because the normal notepad which you type, it will not be very friendly to you to see the keywords, to have the syntax get corrected. So you should have some IDE. You can use PyCharm or IDE like a Visual Studio. I'm good familiarized with this Visual Studio. That's how I'm using it. um, Let me go to where I have my project is. GitHub. I'm just selecting my repository. Okay, once you select, you have to like go to Visual Studio and then like open any folder. Just click the open folder, and I selected the folder whatever I want. Inside this, what I'm going to do now is like I'm going to create a repository called git hyphen demo. Okay, so and then so after you create a repository, like right click, and there is option called open in integrated terminal. Click that. After you click that, will you a little console will be opened here. In that, you can just drag it and use git bash. So these tools whatever I told, like Visual Studio and this git bash, you can straight away download from the internet. You can just browse it, github download for Windows 11, or I want VS Code for Windows 11. You can type it, you one exe file will get downloaded. So just double click and install it. That's It's very simple. So now once this is created, I'm using a Linux command here now. Okay, see, I am actually in AWS DevOps GitHub directory. This is GitHub. If I do ls here, you see GitHub demo folder is here. I am going inside this git demo directory. Now I'm inside the git demo directory, but it is not initially list for a git. This is just a folder now. How I'm going to make this a git folder, like if I have to do some command called git init. um, Either I can add some files and then I put it. Now I will add some file called like I will add some. Oh, uh, I will create a file called readme.md file. Readme.md file means it's just like a read format. Like when once you open your GitHub here, once your repository is created, it just will give you some uh, instructions. It's just a, like set of instructions. Or if you want to give some brief intro about your repository, you should add those details in this readme.md file. If I give I'm actually inside this git demo folder. If I type ls-ltra, a means what we are saying is hidden file. I'm trying to see if there is any hidden file in this folder or not. If you type it, you will not be seeing any hidden files. These are like uh, ignore about these things. These are like some one step back, like to come out of this directory. Those things I can see only one file is there. There is no hidden file directory is there. If I do git init, then only what will happen. I already installed Git. Yeah, Git will be initialized inside this Git demo folder, and you will be seeing a .git um, hidden file in this folder. After I do Git init, now you see what is this initialized empty Git repository under this folder. Now if I type L and you see it's coming. Now it see the difference is now it's coming as master. By default, whatever the branch you whenever you create a repository, your main branch is going to be either master or main branch. That will be your default branch. What is this branch? Mm, in simple, to explain about this branching first, let's start with the branching. So so this is my GitHub project. Okay, GitHub repo. Under this, so whatever the code it is in master or in main will be always pointed to production server. Production means somewhere the live applications are using the code from this branch. But obviously you should do the development activity also. So we are not going to disturb the production code from the master or main branch. Instead I will be availing one more branch is called like some develop or future branch. Develop or future branch. You take a like copy of this master code into a different branch called develop. From there you will be doing your development activity. Once your development activity is completed, once you tested, then you merge these changes from develop uh, to the master branch. That's what the branching. So you should just keep remember about branching up to this. We will talk about detailed branching, by branching strategies and merging strategies further. So now if I type ls-ltr a year, now you see a .git file has been created. So this folder has been initialized for git. Then what it asks me it asks me to add this git tag. What is now let me go to my ppt. So I have something here. So now we talked about what is repository, what is branch. Now you know. So now let me come to my next slide. See, so this is how the git flow will look like. What is this git flow? What is these things? You have put in a lot of things here. What is this in a sense? So before this remote repository means this github. So this is the github where I'm hosting the code. Okay, so this is my remote repository. This github is called remote repository is called as github. So in order to push my code from local to this github, I have to follow certain commands. What is this certain commands? See, first, first your whatever the changes that you make in your local. If I go to my GitHub demo, you see this file is marked in green color. It is marked in green. It is marked in green color, and it is your working directory. Next, you have to push your changes from working directory to staging area, then staging area to your local repository, then from your local repository you have to push it to remote repository. This is how the git flow works. So these are the commands that help you from working directory to staging area. To move it, you should type the command git add. From staging area to local area, you have to do git commit. From local repository to your remote repository, you should type git push to push the actual code in the platform. So why we have different stages means there are certain use cases. You develop some changes, but you want to see the changes between like your working area, because you have some code here. From the original code you made some changes on only some certain files. Only the certain files has to be pushed here, and some of the files should not be like moved to a staging area. By using git add, you add the file name, those files will be pushed. Rest of the files will be still in your working directory. And then you once confirm it's actually in the staging area, then you move to you make some commit message. Commit message means this is my future one, I am going to push it. And then you push it the changes to remote repository. Now if you type here, there is a command called git status. If you type git status and enter, you see what it says here, like let me expand the screen. Once you type git status on the master branch, what it is, use git add file name to include in what you have committed. So it is giving you the file as in red in color. That means once you after typing this, you should know. If it is like giving red color, then you should know the file that you're trying to add to the git platform, it's still in the in the working area. If I do git add and the file name readme.md and then enter, uh, now if I do git status, you will now see the file has changed into the color has been marked as green. Then you will know that file has been this readme file has been moved from working directory to staging area. Now it actually in the staging area. After if I type git commit, you have to remember these commands. After I do git command and I put git commit hyphen m means message, any message that you can type, but in short words that will be showing in your commit history. Now I only added readme. I'm just putting as like added readme.md. This is just a text. You have no need to worry. You can give whatever text you want here in between this colon. Once you do git commit hyphen m readme dot thing, and then you do git status, you see nothing to commit, working tree clean. That means no files are here in the working directory or in the staging area. Every files has actually pushed to your local repository. Now the files are ready from need from get pushed from your local system to this github platform. But before that, it asking you to already my branch is created. I know it's my branch is master here. If you see it's giving master, right? If I type git branch means you can see on which branch you are currently working. If you type git branch, then you can see on which branch you can see the same thing. If git branch hyphen a means it's hidden branches. What after instead of master and instead of your current branch, what else branches are available in your repos for in your repository, you can see that. That's the difference between git branch means to see on what branch that you are in. Git branch hyphen a means it will apart from your current branch, it will show rest of the branches also. That's it. And then if I you see after once I created a git branch from the repository, I am following the same commands. I did the git init, I did the git add, I did the git commit, I did the git branch. Now I have to do the git remote add origin command. If after I do this command, what will do is like if I take type git remote hyphen v. See, this is empty because your files are there, but while pushing, it doesn't know where I have to have these files get stored in the platform. It can anywhere in the GitHub, right? So I'm just if I do git remote hyphen means it's telling me what other um, repository URLs are there where I can push this code. If I do this, uh, you see the command is like uh, git remote add origin and then the URL, https URL. That's the command git remote add origin URL, and then if you give the URL name and if you enter, then if I type git remote hyphen v, then you see the URL has been added. Now it will my local repository. If I do git push, it will if I do git push now from the local repository to the remote repository, I will know where my files should be need to be stored in the GitHub. So that's why we add this command git remote add origin and the URL. If I do git um, push origin um, and then uh, the master and the branch name, git push origin means in the git remote hyphen v, what's the keyword is there, origin. You just give the origin and give the branch name whatever wherever you are you want to push, and then you give enter. Now you see after I do get permission, what it says is like unable to access this remote free. Okay, it is actually my sister account, so I know on I got down. Okay, let me tell me one more thing. Like before you commit any changes, so you should be identified your email address. So here I am I somewhere added previously. Ah, so what is this thing? So here my account is like while I'm trying to push my changes, this here let's see what you see. You should be very careful while pushing these things, and you should be uh, whenever you get any error, because DevOps is almost like every time you will be doing troubleshooting. Okay, because troubleshooting makes you understand the problems and work very effectively. So here you should remote permission to Satish DevOps 03 hyphen GitHub demo denied to login. Yes, because this is trying to log in from a different user. That's the thing, I am not able to log in. So I am changing my username here by using git config hyphen hyphen global user.name, and my username is like my account username. My username account here is like Satish DevOps 03. So I'm just giving that here. Um, So like while pushing from a local to remote repository will ask me from the remote repository. It will ask me who are you pushing? Do you have the permission for or you to push the changes in the repository? That's why I'm giving this command. Now I'm giving git config hyphen global hyphen username as my username, and then I'm giving my like my email account. Uh, Git config hyphen global user.email is equal to my username email ID. Hmm. Now if I enter, now if I try to push the changes now if you see, oh, I think it's still not changed. Oh, wait. Oh, hmm, wait on second. So my credentials here are I have the wrong credentials here. Windows credentials. Yeah. If I go here, I will be having some GitHub accounts. Ah, okay. Hmm. Now if I do the git push account, it will work. Sorry, some other user account was in my laptop. That's the issue. So for that to remove that account, I went into my credentials manager, where in the Windows credentials, I know where if you see for some GitHub links, the credentials are stored here. I removed it. Now if I do git push origin master, now it will be prompting me to enter my username and password. Now you see, sign in with browser or token it's asking. I'm saying sign in with the browser now, and then authorize git flow. You give it, and see, it's trying to log in as my account, sign in as Satish DevOps 03, and I'm giving my password for my account. It's taking some time. Ah, now that's it. If you go to the local, you see git push origin, please complete authentication. After I done the authentication, now the changes from my local to the remote repository has been pushed. So this is how the git flow looks. If you go to my GitHub account, uh, if I refresh, now you see this is my username. Under I created a repo called GitHub demo. Now the readme has been added. Whatever the content I added is like, oh, it's empty file, so I don't, there's no content now. So yeah, that's how the git flow will work. And what I'm doing, I want to show you some more thing, like in the readme text I'm adding welcome to git demo, and then F1 and then I do the same commands, I repeat the same commands now. I'm doing the same thing. Now I'm giving the commit messages updated. Now I do git push master. Oh, sorry, I didn't save the file. Okay. Now see, the one more changes has been added to my repository. Uh, Initially, I just added the file. It's a empty file. There is no values in it. If you click now, or if you do refresh itself in the GitHub repo, you will be seeing welcome to Git demo. So this how the Git flow works. So I hope you got everything. Do you have any doubt until what we thought now? So why I've actually made two commits is like, so the commit is meant like the number of messages that I make here. You see two commits. Now it's in the UI. You can see here in the end of this table, you can see two commits. If I click the table, initially I added readme.md file, and then I have updated the readme.md file. So this is what the commit means. In the first commit, if I do open a new tab, you will be seeing that nothing, the file is empty. In the next commit, if I go and open it, and you will be seeing welcome to git demo has been added, and it is marked in the green color. That's how you track a changes from one commit to another commit. Currently the two commits exist, and this commit has some numbers. Every commit id is very unique. um, by using this commit id, we can revert back, and we can see the changes happened in this push on the based on this commit id that we can check. So I think I mostly covered whatever I want to say here. um, Git. So what we are seeing here, like installation is very easy. By using this git config things, you first set up your username and your user email id, and then you we created we were seeing this git flow, and then we were like we told like what is a git init, git add, git commit, git branch, and then we will be talking about this branching strategies, rest of the things. Until this, do you have any doubt, Lokesh? You can
What
unmute
about
yourself.
Git checkout branch?
That will I'll tell. Where I'm coming now. Until this, whatever I told, do you have any doubt?
And in Git commit, hyphen m,
Uh,
after that, what we have to do
you
is
can give any random messages. You see, any meaningful messages, anything. So by using that, because it is creating a commit id, right? You don't know on which commit id. If you give any some names to that one, that commit id, then it will be better, right, to for you to identify. Here you see I added readme, I updated md, and then I will give any random message. Any random message that should be like very meaningful. I in this commit I updated this file. In this commit I added this directory. In this commit I updated this file, like that. You'll be seeing that.
okay.
Okay. Let's move to uh, this git clone and everything. We'll be seeing that. Um, Push. Uh, so now what I'm going to do is like, so I have all the changes in my local, right? And I push in my changes. Um, Now what I'm going to do is like what I told git branch. So see on which branch you are currently in. If I do git checkout -b, and then I type develop, see checkout -b means I'm creating a new branch. That's how I will be creating a new branch. Or you can do either way. You can create the different command. First you have to do something called git branch, um, git branch develop or something, uh, and then the branch is created for you. If I do git branch -a, then you will be see, you the star is telling that on which branch you are in, and one more branch was created for you. If you do git checkout, um, and then git checkout developments, now you are changed to that branch. Now see, it's changed from master to develop. If I type git branch now, uh, the star will be pointing in the developer thing. Got it? That's the thing. That's how you create a new branch from the command line. Obviously from the UI also you can create from here. uh, if you go to branches, here you see currently view all branches. Currently in the remote repository I have only one branch. That's why you see here also, if you wanted, you can create new branches. You go to the UI and create new branches. So right now, what I did git branch develop, so it created a develop branch for me, and then I did git checkout means I'm switching my branch from the master to develop branch. I'm switching my branch. That's the command for git branch. And there was one more command like git checkout git checkout hyphen b future branch. Now I'm creating a future branch from the develop branch, and then I'm instead of having this git branch develop, I'm directly doing git checkout hyphen b future. That means while checkout create a future branch from the develop branch. uh, if I do type see before using this command like using git branch, if I use hyphen b argument, it will create a new branch and check out for me there. So that's the difference between this git checkout commands. So I think we covered it. And the next thing would be like, um, see, currently we already seen what is this git remote add urgent and git push and everything. But um, but we haven't seen this git clone. So what is this git clone? So I initiated I ran a command called git init, and I created added files, and then I did it. So instead of by doing this, if you go to any of the public directory or go to my repository itself, I have one more project called like a repository called Jenkins. I come to the overview, or I click the repositories, and then I go to this. I have two like two projects. One is Git demo and Jenkins. Click any of them. Like I click Jenkins now, and if you click that code, you will be getting a link something. Copy that HTTPS code, and then come to your local, and then I'm coming one step back because I'm actually in this GitHub folder, not in the Git demo. I do git clone means um, I'm not going to add any files here now. I'm not going to create empty directory and then add files here. Mostly everybody going to clone the directory. That's how the basic thing will be. If I do git clone and give the link and enter, you see Jenkins folder has been created added to me in the local. See, that's how you clone the repository. That's what this git clone means. Copy a folder from the remote uh, directory to your working directory. Stay directly I'm like doing the git clone. So mm, then we will be discussing about branching strategies first. If I explain these branching strategies alone, you will be know what is this commits, squash merge, reverse, and everything. So we will be seeing that. Um, now let's start. So see, don't like get very much confused because of this git branching strategies. It's like each and every organizations they follow some kind of git branching strategies, but what I'm going to teach is the very common one. Throughout everybody will be aware of the a standard one, okay, but in the organization they will be following slightly different, but you should be know what is these branching strategies. So what I mentioned, there are considered like there are five major branches throughout your uh, code development, throughout your SDLC, like how the code has been processed from through it gets processing here. You see, I have a one second. Hmm. Now you see, like I have a master branch here. Okay, so in this master branch, always pointed to the production server. Okay, whatever the changes in the production server, it's in the master branch will always be in the production. From this master branch, um, wait, hmm. From this master branch, I am always going to create a branch called develop. So that's what you see. Okay, so after once your changes whatever you did is actually merged to master, it goes to prod server. Prod means like production server, and you have the same copy of the code to your develop branch. So from this develop branch, uh, to develop any feature in kind of sense, suppose like any clothing website. Initially in the clothing website they have only shirts, and then in the next future they will be adding pants, in the next future they will be adding trousers, in the next future they will be giving some changing the layouts. So this is what the feature means. I'm adding one by one to my website, one by one to my to the production to the customers. um, Now from the develop branch, I'll be creating a future branch here. A lot of developers will be there, the developer 1, developer 2, developer 3. Anybody can take any changes from this development. And then they have this future branches. From this develop branch, um, uh, we created a future branch, right? Here every developers are working. Once the sprint is ended in the IT, they will always talk about sprints. Sprints in sense like it is a sprint. A sprint is mostly all the sprints are 2 weeks. Okay, if for every 2 weeks they will be going to release a new kind of changes to the production environment. That's what the sprint means. Mostly the sprints for 2 weeks. Once that by the end of the two weeks, whatever the changes that you develop in the future branch will go directly will mostly directly go to your future branch. If the release has been created, uh, like uh, now a version called 1.0.0. Okay, here now it's there. I'm going to from my future branch, uh, I will be directly either pushing the changes to future branch, or I'm going to push the changes to develop branch. Both the things are possible. Once the changes comes to the future branch, uh, I will test the change. I will be doing the testing in the UAT environments. UAT means testing environments. And then I push the code to back to this production branch. If after I deployed the production changes, if I found some issues that need to be fixed very immediately from the production from this master branch, I'm going to create an hotfix branch. I will be making those changes are very little bit, so taking a code out of this one and creating hotfix branch, and directly working updating the changes here and pushing back to production server. So this how the git branching strategies works. So do you got, or what you want me to repeat? I will repeat once again this complete flow. This I know this is very difficult for everybody to understand, because this has a lot of things to understand, and if you are real time alone, you will be getting to know about this one very familiar. uh, any doubts on this one, git branching strategy?
Can you repeat again?
Yeah, yeah, sure. um, Let me cover it very shortly now. Production changes are actually in the master branch, and I have this copy of master branch in the develop branch. Okay, I'm having a copy of the master branch in the develop branch. From the develop branch, I'm going to create different features, like different developers going to work it. So like developer 1, developer 2, developer 3 will be developing feature 1, feature 2, feature 3 in the future branch. Once the future is ready, instead of them do the merges to develop, they merge the changes to uh, future branch. In the future branch, in this future branch and all, mostly they will be deploying in dev and QA environments. That means quality environments. Okay, QA means like testing team is there. They will be dev environment, developers will be deploying QA environment, testers will be deploying, and then they push the changes to release branch. uh, from there they will do the UAT testing and all. UAT also like before pre-production environment, where they test these changes and then push it to production environment. If any issue comes on this production environment, they will deploy back to the hotfix branches, and then they will push it back to the production environment. So you got little bit flow. I know this is a very tough flow
Yeah,
to
okay.
understand, but you have to if you work, like if you have hands-on experience, you will be get to know very familiar on these things. But for now, whatever I told you, just like learn these things. Okay. Mm. So this is what the Git branching strategies means. Um, See, this is what we have been talking here. So Git branching strategies will be supporting five major branches. One is main or master, develop, future, release, hotfix. Got it? uh, what I told. Now you see the future branch. We can take the changes from that is merge of branch of means. take the create this future branch out of develop branch and merge it back to develop or release branch. Okay, develop or release branch. um, like you can ask me, your code went to future branch, but how, but your changes are in not develop, right? Once the code went to master, we will be doing reverse merge, something called reverse merge to develop branch to sync the changes from the master to develop branch. So that's how the flow will be. You merge back to develop or release from the release branch to I'm release branch are actually created out of develop from the develop or the future branches and get merged to the main branch. Okay, so there are different strategies are used. Whatever I strategy I told you, just follow that. Okay, release branch, if you see release branch are created out of future branch or the develop branch and merged to master branch. Okay, uh, and then this release branch will be merged back to develop branch. That's what here has been mentioned. Merge back to main or and main and develop branch. Okay, and then hotfix branch, you take the merge from main. uh, Hotfix branch are actually created from the master and then deploy the changes to production and then have these changes in the develop as well. So that's what this complete ppt points out. This ppt details are very accurate. So it, and this branching strategy is there. So it was very tough to just to see this slide. Once after I've shared this recording videos, you just go through this, then you will be having a good flow on this one. Don't be like try to very mug up these things and everything. Just have a like very glance. You will later after you started to work, then you will be get familiarized with this thing. So that's what the green git branching strategy means. Now let's start with git branch. So git merge and rebase. Git merge, rebase, git pull, git fetch. That we will see. We talked about commit, right? What is this commit? So for each and every changes that I push it to the GitHub repository, I will be seeing something called commits. You see in the GitHub repository, uh, I am having two commits. If I click the two commits, one is added readme md, one is updated readme md. So two commits are currently in my merge in my repository. Let me go back. Okay. Hmm. If you see, what is this git merge now? So you made your changes. What I do? So we are in the future branch now, right? I'm going to inside this git demo directory. I am actually in my future branch. Okay, if I do lsf and ltr, what do you know, a readme file has been added. If you see the cat readme.md, it has the Kannada will come to git demo. I'm in the future branch. What I'm doing is like here I'm adding one more file. If you click the first icon, it will be adding a file called demo or txt file. uh, and then I'm adding a, like a new future, and you make in some code changes. New future has been added. I done the changes, I saved it, and then I do git add, and then I do demo.txt, and then I do git commit. Git commit, and then I add something called git. If I add something called like a added demo file, I added some any message you can give. You ask it, right? After them, what you are giving, you give any random thing within this double quote, within the single quotes. Give any meaningful name about that about the changes on this commit. I given that. Now I am to do git push origin and then the branch name future. Now after I typed this one, if you see, the changes actually went now if I give branching things, if I do refresh, mm, if I click branches, you see one more branch called future has been there. Now see, in this future branch, apart from these two commits, initially in the master branch I had only one commit, right? Now if you go for this future branch, you can see something called one more commit came, that is called add a demo file. If I click this, if I open a new tab, you can see new feature has been added, demo.txt file has been added here. So that's how the changes will go from here. Now is actually pushed here, but instead of pushing to the remote repository, I want to make the merge these changes. For that, we have to use some command called git merge and replace. um, Now after I do, like, I go git checkout, uh, develop. If I do develop, then you see this file has gone from here, from the git tree. You don't confuse with this. You see, because in the develop branch, I know only that readme that md file will be there, the demo.txt will not be there. If I do git merge, I actually checked out to the develop branch. Now I do git merge whatever my branch is there. If I do, now see the demo.txt file has been added. If I do git branch, um, hyphen a, you see there are three branches are there. My current branch is develop branch, where I made all the changes in future branch. If I do git merge future branch, the changes from the future branch to develop branch is came to the develop branch. Then I do git push origin, and then I do develop. Then the changes from the uh, future branch, whatever the change that came from future branch to develop branch, has been pushed to the remote repository. Now see, previously we had only master and future branch. If I do refresh, you will be seeing one more branch called develop, where I am having the three commits. So this how the git what the thing, like, git merge will work. What is this git rebasing? Rebasing in sense, um, both this git merge and git rebase are used to push the changes from one branch to another branch, but the difference is while you merge, like, mm, like I will explain you here. So these things, you should be very careful here. If I do git future branch, mm, uh, so here, in the git branch, uh, what I do is like, one is develop branch, one is future branch, right? Now what I do from the, if you see, both the commit history are same, right? Added demo file, updated readme file, added readme, added demo file, both this commit id and commit history are same. Now I'm going to my local, um, oh sorry. Hmm. Now what I'm actually in develop branch, I know I'm creating one more branch called git branch future 2. Okay, I'm naming it as a future 2. I'm created a new branch, uh, and then I'm adding a one sample file called sample dot um, sample dot txt file. I'm adding a sample dot txt file. uh, I'm adding some this is uh, used for demo purpose, something I'm typing here there. And then I do control save. My changes are, if I do git status, my changes are actually in the one change is called sample.txt file has been added. Now what I do is like, mm, now one file is there, right? And now I do what I do, like git add sample.txt, and then I do git commit sample added. Now I do one more commit. Now I want to add one more file. Now the changes are still in the local repository, so I'm adding one more file called uh, sample2.txt and giving some content as sample2, and then saving it. If I do git, uh, mm, now you see, I added both these files to the local repository, but I don't have these changes in the in the develop branch. If I do git checkout, uh, git checkout develop branch. So what I created two files called sample.txt and sample2.txt and added in the future two branch. And now I'm coming back to the development and I do the git merge, uh, like git merge feature two something, and then I do git push. Now if I go to my branchings, uh, refresh this thing, uh, feature two branches I haven't pushed. Now you see that changes has been added in this thing. Um, uh, this is used for demo purpose. Now you see, uh, what happened is, like, whatever the commits happened in this demo.txt file in the future two branch, uh, are actually parallelly added here, like sample added, like two sample files are added here. But when you do some pull request here, okay, sample and create pull request. uh, I push it, right. See why I'm showing here, like, if I go to code. One second. Mm. You see, both the commit history remains same, right? If it's a develop branch, it's a future branch. Both the commit history remains same. But if you add like this, because in future branch, developers will be going to work and they're going to add lot of commits there. For each and every changes, they do some one line change and then they do commit and then it comes to your future branch. But you don't want to have all those commit histories in the develop branch. That's where this PR comes. Mostly nobody merges using these command lines, but you should know how you should know how you should use this git merge. Sometimes you will be using the command line, but mostly you will be doing the future. You are raising a pull request. Pull request means, to merge any changes from one branch to another branch, you should always be more focused on the PR request. PR means pull request. Now I am doing, I'm going to do the same thing now. I'm add some more files here now, and get, mm, like, um, like I add some Docker file here, and then I add some Jenkins file here. Mm. First, I will add this git add Docker. So if I do, uh,
Get commit hyphen yum.
mm, either you can use both the things. There's something called, like, if I do git status here, git status. See the file is in red color. If I add git add docker file something, now it's added, right? If I can do uh, git commit and then docker file something, now this changes has been, and then I do git push. um, you are like git push and then origin future 2. Now if you compare it in develop, I haven't added. If you go for feature 2 and then if you refresh, a docker file commit has been added. Now I'm doing one more commit. I'm adding one more file called Jenkins. I'm adding a Jenkins file. Now what I do the same thing. I do git add. Uh, I put Jenkins file and then I add the commit. Mm. Now if you go here and see the commit histories, if I do refresh the feature two branch, you see your Docker file and Jenkins file as came here, right? But in the develop branch it's not there. So I'm going to this pull request option, and then I'm going to like create a new pull request, and then from which to which I want to do. My base branch should be develop branch, and from where I am going to push, I have to push it from the future to. Then you see what it tells. What it tells like two empty file, but one is Jenkins, one is Docker file are getting pushed now. After it pushed, now you see Jenkins files and Docker files are like two commits came, one for Jenkins, one for Docker, and then I do the create pull request, uh, and then it asking me to give some title and description and all. You can just give it, and then there is some section called reviewers, right? This is very important. Like you will be adding someone in your organization. If somebody is there, I'm adding myself here. It's not visible to me. So if any reviewers are there in your company, you can add those them. So those will be reviewing the changes from your future branch to develop branch. Now I'm creating a pull request, right? Now it created a pull request for me. So uh, what it says, no conflicts with the base branch. Now it says merge. Now while you merge, uh, you see I created a pull request. Until this you have ended out like how I added two changes for docker file and Jenkins file. I made it a PR from future 2 to develop branch. Now it's asking me to merge pull request. Until this, do you have any doubt?
No, Satish.
Okay. Now you see on merge pull request, all commits from the will see all commits from this base from this branch will be added to the base branch via merge commit. Okay, what it says, all commits from the from this branch will be added to the base branch by the merge commit. uh, the two commits, see I made it two commits, squash and merge means the two commits from this branch will be combined into one commit into the base branch. Now I told, right, in the feature 2 branch I added two commits, but while it's going to the develop branch it will be going as a single commit. That's the thing about this squash and merge. Squash means merging, like combining that's the meaning of squash. Rebase means the two commits from this branch will be rebased and added to the base branch. There is a difference. um, so I think I have some PPT here. You can see here, right? Not this one, not this one. mm. uh, you can see my screen, right? See, this is future branch. It has three commits, A B C, uh, and um, it is getting merged to the main branch. Consider that. So uh, f uh, mm, mm, the difference between this merge and rebase here, like in the future branch I have a three commits called ABC. If you do merge here, like from the future branch to the main branch, then a new commit is going to be added here which is called M. That's what this explains here. In the rebase, what will happen is like whatever the commit you have, like you have A, B, C, like how many commits you would have, instead of like squashing and merging them, whatever there in the commit ID history, it will be get appended here. Appended means added after like D, E, F, G. This A, B, C will be going to become. That is what going to be happen in rebase. But whereas in git merge, one more commit, new commit ID is going to come here. That's the difference between the merge and rebase. So you got it now. If I do squash commit and then I merge it, combine and merge, uh, this is my future branch, right? Future branch it will be still there. If you wanted, you can delete the branches because it's no longer its use now. Now if I go to the develop branch, you see only one commit id is only one commit id is there, that is called future 2. If I go to the code and if you go to the developments, you see docker file and jenkins file as came here with a single commit called future 2. So that is called merging. If I do rebase means mostly nobody will do rebasing things. Rebasing things are actually not needed in the real life scenario much, but you should know, if I do the squash and merge means it is going to come as, in the main, in the same main branch, it is going to be create a one more in the commit history, it will be going to add one commit id. If it is like rebasing means we will be completely moving all the commit IDs from the future branch to the main branch. So you got up to this.
Yes, Satish.
Okay. So one more thing will be cherry pick. Cherry pick is like uh, so in the organizations like they were in their like in the develop branch, from the develop branch to push to like main branch, they don't want to move all the changes, they want to do some particular changes. So uh, like in our future branch, you have seen, right? So I add a lot of commits in my future branch. I add a docker file, like I add a sample, I add a docker file, jenkins file. I add a different commit id. But while merging, what happened, whatever the changes that I added were before creating, like develop branch, I created this future branch from the develop branch. So all the changes in the develop as came to the future branch. After this, in the future branch, I added multiple files, right? You are clear with that?
Hmm. Yes.
You got it right. And then on top of that, I added docker file in the increments. But I want to include the changes from only from the docker file. I don't want to include from the jenkins file. That's where this cherry pick comes. This cherry pick comes. Cherry pick is used for me in my local. Uh, I know this docker file has been added in this commit ID. So and then I execute the I go to the develop branch in my local. Um, right now I will not do it because it will create some issues for me. I'll go for git checkout, um, and then I go develop, and then I do git cherry pick, and then and just give this copy this commit ID, copy this commit ID, and give it. That's it. So what will happen is like it pick cherry pick means pick h to main. So this is another branch, but I have to pick only one changes from this one and then merge it. So that's where this git cherry pick will be used. So I think you got it. What is git cherry pick now? So mostly developers will use this thing when sometimes they want to, instead of they have multiple commit IDs in the future branch or something will be there, but they want to only merge these changes, then those times they will be using this git cherry pick. So reset and revert will be continuing from tomorrow because those are like big topics. If I start, because already I explained about this branching and git merge and rebase, that will be confusing for you. We will be seeing that, and this git pull. Let's cover git pull. Um, so you know, right? In the local, I will show you here from the local. That's the right time. Um, so I am actually in the Git develop branch, right? If I type ls-ltr, you see only these files are there. But in the repository, in the develop branch, I added a Docker file and Jenkins file, right? where those things, like how it will come here, it will not come automatically here. So if you do git pull origin master, like origin develop, git pull means pulling from the remote repository, and then I do enter. Then you see the docker file and jenkins files came to the develop branch in my local also. So that's what that initial diagram itself tells. If you do git push mean git pull means the changes from the remote directory to the working directory will come, okay. If you don't want to do that, don't want to add it to the working directory, then you do git fetch. If you do git fetch from working directory, from the remote repository to the local repository, the file will come. And then you will be doing one more command called git merge. We seen a git merge, right? Those things you have to do. You see, you do git fetch and merge to update file local repo and merges the remote changes. You got it?
Yes.
Wait, 1 second. ah git pull origin develop. After I typed this one, what happened is like the changes from uh, like remote repository from my GitHub platform, the changes came to my local. But sometimes, mostly we'll be doing the same thing. Sometimes before those files getting moved to working directory, I want to review those things. That's when you type git fetch command. If you type git fetch command, it will come to your local repository, and then if you do git merge, from the git merge the file will go to the working directory. That's it. You have to do git fetch whatever the branch you want, and then you do git merge the branch name, then the files will come. So you got it. That's the difference between git pull and git fetch. So these things mostly they will ask this thing, any of these things. If this the questions are starting with some merge with git, they either of these things they will going to be asked. And this is in the day-to-day life you will be using these commands. So I think for today's class this is enough. uh, Tomorrow what we're going to see, we'll be seeing like git reset and revert, and then git diff, git log, and git stash, git reset. uh, those things we will be seeing tomorrow. uh, and some git cherry pick we already included. uh, Tomorrow class, if possible, let me try to add one more topic, or else we'll be giving some basic intro about docker. So you got it. I think I'm done with this.